Welcome back. You may have heard rumblings of the so-called silver tsunami, aka the gray wave, or the great wealth transfer, which refers to the plethora of small businesses owned by baby boomers who will all be retiring in the next 12 to 15 years. Our next guest, Ray Drew, serves as Managing SBA Business Development Officer at FundX Solutions Group. Ray Drew has dedicated his entire professional career to helping small business owners navigate through the intricacies of SBA borrowing. Welcome to the show, Ray.
Thank you for having me.
So, Ray, with roughly 10,000 baby boomers reaching retirement age every day, what does that mean for the business landscape in the upcoming years?
Well, a lot of those baby boomers own businesses. And what we're seeing is that their kids, typically millennials, have very little interest taking those businesses over. These are blue collar businesses. These are manufacturing businesses, businesses in the trades. And so these owners are having to sell these businesses in the open market. And it's estimated that $7 trillion worth of these businesses will sell in this decade alone, which would make this the biggest transfer of wealth our nation has ever seen. And it's creating an opportunity for folks to come along and buy these businesses and create some generational wealth for themselves.
And what are the best ways to keep thriving businesses locally rooted into the next generation?
Well, the buyers that we are lending money to, they are your typical mom and pop type of buyer. This is a distinction between the private equity companies that come in and try to buy businesses, and then basically all they care about is the bottom line. So most of the folks that we lend to are in the community. They're either local or they're relocating for this opportunity. And their plan is to transfer the business and keep it, in many cases, consistent with how the seller has been running it. And that's a big factor that sellers consider when they're choosing who to sell it to.
Gotta ask, any do's or don'ts for the boomer age group as well as the younger generation inheriting this workforce in their absence?
Well, yes. So on the boomer generation, as you call it, these would be your sellers. So as you're looking to make this transition and sell your business, you have to get it prepared for sale. And most of these businesses will be packaged up and brokered by an intermediary of some sorts. And often the planning should start years in advance, because the businesses that are getting financed and getting bought, they're profitable. And the tax returns show that. And you have to make sure you're setting your business up as a seller to be sold for as much money as possible so that you can go on to retirement. On the flip side, on the buyer side, these buyers we're seeing, they're often 25 to 45 years old. They're mid-career folks or early career folks. And some of my advice to them is to come in, do no harm. This could be an industry you don't know much about. If you come in and start making changes day one because you think you know a better way to do it, that can disrupt, a lot of the business that's been built and the employees and how it's perceived, because the employees are who makes the business run. And if you turn them off, it can start causing some problems in that transition period.
This was such a new concept to me, but I'm so excited to talk to you about it. Now I've got a completely different perspective. Have to go make some phone calls. I think I need to buy some businesses. Thanks for being on Liftoff, Ray.
Thank you for having me.
All right, everybody, stay tuned. There is more to come.